Welcome to Comedy Crossroads Project. We're coming to you live from Willie's Locally Known. I'm your host, Josh Sardam. I'm joined with...
I'm Ishalash.
And our special guest star...
Madison Pohl.
And here we are at Willie's. We're recording live from Comedy Off Broadway, and apparently we went past the time when we were allowed to stay in there, and we were unceremoniously asked to leave.
No, actually, we were just told to get out.
Yeah, well, that's the whole unceremonious thing. Right. So now we're at our second favorite venue here in town. The owner, Wilson Sebastian, was very nice to let us come and record a podcast here. And we're in the middle of the dining room, and it's pretty interesting. What do you think, Ish?
I think nobody knows we're here right now because we're actually on the stage looking over everybody.
Right.
And I really think nobody gives a fuck we're here.
No, and that's fine.
I think some of them thought that we were getting ready to do a show for them.
Right.
Because we're setting up equipment up here. We've got microphones. We're all like, we're getting ready to do a live podcast that they're a part of, but they're not fans of.
Right.
So we're just up here now. We're just like, we look crazy. Like we're just talking to each other. Like, why are they here?
Well, the cool thing is that I've had a couple people ask me, hey, will we be able to hear you? And I said, if you move close to us. But it's good to tell Wilson, hey, there was interest in this, and people actually wanted to hear us, and we might be able to figure out a way where we can actually broadcast over their PA. I mean, we've got our nifty little box here, and I'm sure it wouldn't be too hard to...
this was all very spur of the moment.
It was.
So this is just thrown together. But if you actually planned this could actually probably be pretty fun.
Yeah.
To be an interactive thing with the audience. But right now,
absolutely
nothing you can do.
And I don't think we're going to be able to do this every week. But if we plan to do this like every other week or so, we could like hype it up. What do you think?
Yeah, I think that'd be a good idea.
Get people to come here and want to be able to listen.
We might be able to do this on before the comedy show on Monday.
That's actually a good idea.
That actually might work out a little bit better in our favor because then we're not at the. We're dedicating the day to comedy. It's not sporadic. People are going to know. A lot of them will probably be here for the show anyway.
Right.
It'd probably have a little bit more interest.
Yeah, and I agree with that. I think that would be kind of neat. We could tell people, hey, show up early. You can be part of the podcast and what we're discussing.
And the cool thing that you all could do is you could showcase a new comedian each week, different week, that someone who's going to be on that show. Or
that's a good idea.
Yeah, that would definitely be a good idea. We could have it. We could have the crowd interaction. We could have that fourth mic set up.
Yeah. Absolutely. That'd be a lot of fun. And I'm sure a lot of people here would want to have fun with us. This old gentleman at the table here in front of us, he actually came up and asked what we were doing. We said podcast, and he went rock and roll, and then he made
the whole pull my thumb away from my other thumb thing.
And then went and sat down, and it was
5-year-olds who were like, whoa!
It was really bizarre.
I think he saw that there's two extremely white bald men with an Arab hanging out.
Yeah.
So there was probably some concern there. What's going on?
Wait, you're an Arab?
I'm surprised.
I thought that was tan.
No, I'm an Arab. You didn't see me. I'm carrying around a backpack.
That's true. Run.
Blink twice if you're okay.
Right.
This is the take 2.
Yeah, this is like episode 6.2.
I think we were still on episode 5.
What's that?
We only had 5 episodes. This was 5th.
So this is the 6th, though. 7th.
Technically, yes.
7th.
You're not good at math. What's wrong with you?
We have 5 podcasts on.
We've had 5 before, then this would be the 6th.
Yeah, we do.
Well, then I'm bad at math.
You're one of the hosts.
He's Jew. I'm sorry. I'm never going to question you in numbers again.
No, I'm a Jew. I should know numbers, damn it. See, look. Hang on. Yep, that's how many people there. Published podcasts, 1 through 5.
I think what's more interesting about that is we actually have 10 followers now.
We do. And they're all friends or family of mine.
Yeah, I've done nothing to help the cause.
You've done nothing to help the cause.
Nobody cares about me. We're Arabs.
Everybody cares about you.
Hey, don't you have 100 cousins in town?
I do. We all care about breeding, but I don't think we care much about podcasts. and Josh is over here texting while we were recording live.
Just so generating new fans, or he's posting a meme on Facebook more than likely.
Yes, he is the meme king of Lexington.
I kind of post a lot of memes. I don't know what all that's
You
about.
would think that you were getting paid for it.
You would think.
At the rate that you post memes.
You would think.
They are funny.
Yeah, I'm generating all kinds of things on Facebook. I'm doing it as a mechanism purposely to try and get my likes up on my fan page. Creating content, yes. My fan page only has 25,000-ish. I mean, there's a reason for that.
You have 25,000 people on your fan page?
Yes. Over 25,000.
And
Josh
we only
has
have
over 25,000
10
fans.
followers.
And we have 10 followers.
Do you understand how that makes no sense?
Do you know how long it took me to get to that number? And you're pulling teeth just to get people to put like on something.
I know,
and
right?
It's
Isn't that
ridiculous.
crazy?
I mean, you got all these people that say they support you and whatnot. I mean, I think half my family doesn't even like my fan page. It's crazy. But, I mean, that's how it is. It's hard. Do you guys have fan pages yet?
I don't even have fans, so I have no way of having.
I have a fan
I'm
page.
I have
your
no
fan.
reason.
I'm
why.
your fan.
I have one fan.
One fan. Okay.
We love you, Madison.
We do.
You're always welcome.
You're very loved. That's why we keep having you back, and we keep. It's actually the third show we've had you on.
This is my third show.
Yeah,
Some of that
two
of
today.
the show now. I'm the Artie Lang.
You are the Tom Hanks, the Steve Martin of Saturday Night Live.
I'm in that club.
Is that what it is?
And who was the other guy? The guy that just did the Trump impersonation.
Oh, Alec Baldwin.
Alec Baldwin. Yeah, I think he's the king. Alec Baldwin, I
the
think,
most?
has the most. Yeah.
I know Timberlake's up there.
Yeah. He's got like 15.
Talking about hosts.
Hosts.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's hosted like 15 times. You don't know anything about it, do you?
Talking about
Because you're looking at me
what are
at
you all
honor
talking
right
about?
now. Like when you say a big word to honor, that's how you're looking at me right now. You're
Yeah,
smiling,
right.
but you're not saying anything.
Yeah, we're trying to figure out which one we're saying.
Saturday Night Live. We're
Talking
talking
about
about
Saturday Night Live.
Oh,
Okay.
See, it's so noisy in here, we can hardly hear each other.
It is a little noisy in here, yeah.
Luckily, these mics are picking us up pretty damn well.
The next step would be to get headphones
Yeah.
so that we can just hear each other.
Can we get like a three-way prong? Because there's only like one connection for headphones back there.
Probably. I'm sure there's a way
To get
work
like a
that out.
three-way, so it can like I just asked for a three-way. That way it could go out so we can all have headphones, because that actually be the best thing to do.
That's actually not a bad idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We need to do that. We're still growing as a podcast, and so Ish, here's a question for you:
right.
Why should people listen to our podcast?
Oh, that's a good question.
It is. That's why I said it. Dumbass.
Well, I mean, people want to be entertained, right?
Right.
Look what we are. We're three, right here, local comedians.
Very true.
Entertaining people of Lexington.
Very true.
Hopefully soon the people of this country.
It'd be
Maybe we'll go
outstanding.
international one
That'd be
day.
outstanding.
You never know. But you got to have something to listen to. Why not us?
Why not us? All right,
You know?
same question, Madison. Why should people listen to this podcast?
Well, right now, there is not a whole lot of reason to listen to this podcast.
Finally, we're getting to
I'm
some
just gonna-
truth here.
I'm just going to be honest. Outside of the local level. Now, if you want to talk about local comedy, then this is the one to listen to.
Absolutely.
I would assume so. But on a more like national level, why would they listen to this podcast as opposed to one of the other 10,000 comedian podcasts?
Right.
I mean, I think that this podcast will grow into that. The more, experienced you all get with it. But right now, there's no reason to listen to this podcast.
So you're someone who listens to a lot of podcasts.
I do.
Okay. So
So
what?
I'm friends with you guys, and I think you guys are both funny. So I always listen to the podcast.
Well,
but if you're not friends with you guys,
right.
why would
So
you? And
so
the
what are
answer
the
is you
things
wouldn't.
Ish and I need to do to be on that cutting edge, in your opinion?
I think you guys need to be more hateful towards each other.
So I brought that up to him, and he said it's just not in me. I love you too much, Ish.
See,
And I
that's the
said,
problem. See, when I heard about you two doing this podcast together, I was really excited. I thought there was going to be much more hate. I thought there'd be most of the talk would be about Jews and Arabs. And so far,
We do a lot of.
well,
stuff back and
unfortunately,
forth.
Josh is he kind of has a vagina, and he won't insult me.
okay. Well, I mean, if you need me to
Well,
do that, I will.
For having a vagina, you didn't seem to mind licking it the other night.
Oh, very nice.
Queer.
That's why Madison's here.
That's right. You didn't know that, did you, Ish?
God.
Yeah. So, same question to me. Why should people listen to this podcast? All right. So, aside from the obvious, we haven't gotten out there yet, and we're not
Can I
famous.
finish what I was going to say, though?
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were.
As far as talking about local comedy, at a local level, this would be the one to listen to because this is the only podcast I know about locally about local comedy. So,
Right.
as far as keeping up to date with where the shows are going to be, tips, advice, you're going to be getting local comedians on the show.
Right.
So any comedians that are people thinking about getting into comedy, you can kind of get to know you two who are big in the scene here.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, on the local level, I think that as soon as the more experience you get with it too, you can probably get advertisers locally to I mean, yeah. So as far as locally, I think this is a great thing. And then obviously the bigger you get, the more national.
And then that takes time.
Absolutely.
Takes time.
What is this? 6 episodes. So yeah.
So I mean, the question posed to me, what do we need to do? We need to have some type of infamy. People in the public love infamy. I mean, yeah, he might be right. Maybe we do need to be more harsh towards each other. The disclaimer is that Ish and I are good friends, but we're doing this for comedy reasons.
I mean, for the sake of the show, I'll kick your ass right now if you'd like.
He wishes.
Right here on this stage, and then there you go.
He wishes.
You don't
My
get to use
breath
bombs.
could beat this guy. I don't know
I'm
what
doing that only out of love, though.
Well, just take your best shot there, Chief.
Yeah, I wouldn't
Chief,
mess with Josh.
Indians are Arabs, right?
Really? You're worse than Rebecca calling me a Jew.
No, a Muslim.
Or a Muslim. Yes.
Muslim.
A Muslim,
That
yes.
shit was
Oh
so
yeah, I
funny.
remember that.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That should be the logo for your podcast.
That's what he was saying. We had a picture of a Muslim.
I actually told somebody today that I'm dressing as a Muslim for Halloween.
Oh, you totally should. Are you going to?
I should.
Just get moose.
And then maybe I can wear like a hoodie and a little like backwards hat, and I can be a radical Muslim.
Honestly, I think you should just get one of your eyes to look a different direction and just go around as Tony Shalhoub from Men in Black.
There you go.
Yeah.
You have to be a Muslim for Halloween. You
Muslim for Halloween. Do you think anyone would actually get it?
When they ask you what you are, say I'm a Muslim. And then they will, once you say, because they'll be like, what are you? I am a Muslim.
I think I'm going to have to work on that.
I think so, too.
It would be so easy, too. You just have to get the moose.
Well, I got the antlers are easy, but how do I dress like a lamb?
A lamb? I don't know, ask one of your cousins.
Can you eat that kind of food?
Can I eat that kind of food? It's not kosher, is it?
It's not kosher. Like something about hooves?
Yeah, right.
I don't know.
Oh, that's a Jewish thing.
Is it a Jewish thing?
Yeah, the hooves are a Jewish
Muslims
thing.
can eat
But it's
goat,
only on
right?
Fridays,
Or
right?
Lamb.
We can eat anything but not
Pig.
pork.
Right.
Right.
All right, so lamb's not pork.
You can't eat
I
pork
guess you'd
either,
be
can
okay. I'm not supposed to, no. I'm not supposed to eat anything that's...
Clearly you eat bacon, though.
You have a feeling I do? I'll put bacon on ice cream, for Christ's sakes. I don't care. I love bacon.
Yeah, especially this place, right?
Oh, my God, yeah. This place has pulled pork and...
Yeah.
God, it's making me hungry. I'm going to have to get some food before I leave here, I think. This guy was eating wings over here, and it looked unbelievable. So they're bringing out all this food, and this food looks like incredible. And the food is really good here.
No, it's really good here.
I just got 2 bowls of coleslaw.
Yeah.
Love the coleslaw here.
I think we really need to go for some type of infamy. I started up when I was talking trash about Pauly Shore. Pauly Shore, if you're listening to this, fuck you. But I mean,
Shore's
it's
not
just
listening to this.
he's not listening to this. He's not. But hopefully, someone says, "Hey, Pauly, some local people told you to fuck off," and blah, blah.
Yeah.
And then he gets on here and starts having a tweeting war. And as Garrett said, if I get into a tweeting war with Pauly Shore, people are going to say about my career is going nowhere.
Right.
But I mean, it's stuff like that, though. I mean, we got to say stuff to cause an uprising. I mean, they're and I'm not saying like a revolution. No, I'm saying like, people go, man, Josh, how could you say that about Ish? Or Ish, how could you say that about Josh? Or who the fuck's this Madison guy? I mean, just something. I mean, you have to make statements when you're on the air. You have to say something. Either you have to do something that's unpredictable or something that make people go, God, I got to listen to this.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
So what do you want to do? You want to talk about the Muslims or the Jews first?
Well, I'm talking about right now. I want to talk about why Ish is taking his shirt off. I don't. He's in the restaurant and he's taking his shirt off, and oh my God, it's gross.
Yeah.
Just saying. But I've never seen so much hair.
Why are you wearing a girdle?
Yeah, that is weird. Why do you have a girdle?
I love how you guys decide to pick on me when we have no Facebook Live or we're not being taped at the moment. Strictly audio.
That's the only reason we can say it because
That's right.
no one can see it.
Yeah, we could do all of the non-sight gags at this point. It's just like, I hate it when they pick on me.
That's all right. Y'all pick on me. I know I like my hair. Fortunately for you,
really, that's your only go-to about the hair.
I don't need another go-to. You two are bald.
we had hair in our lives. We know what it's like. It's not like we were born bald. Well, scratch that. We were born bald, but we had hair at one point in time.
Really,
it's overrated.
I did a lot better once I started shaving the head.
Yeah, me too.
In the female department.
Yeah. I had the Captain Steuben thing going for at least 4 or 5 years. Where it looks like I got the hair shape, like a toilet bowl on top of my head. Yeah. I saw that in a use of force video. I was reviewing a use of force video. My head was down towards the camera the entire time. And I always told everybody, I said, the minute I see that I've got the Captain Steuben going on, I'm shaving my head. After I saw that video the next day, I walked into work, my head shaved. I was like, I'm done. Can't do it.
It was
hard.
I was in denial for a long time.
Was it hard for you the first time to shave your head?
It was really hard because I'd never shaved my head before.
Right.
But I kept talking, but my hair was like slow. I mean, it was like obvious, like through pictures, and
yeah.
Of course, my mom was always like, "Why your hair's not thinning?" And of course, like my mom's the only one who tells me that.
Right.
Of course, Mom, my hair's not thinning. Don't get rid of your lovely hair. And when I finally did, it was liberating though. So I was like, you know what? I'm no longer in denial. I'm just gonna own this.
Yeah.
And I've been doing it ever since. So like, about 10 years now.
Now, how long does it take you to shave your head?
About 9.5 minutes.
9.5 minutes. He's clocked himself.
How long does it take you to shave your balls?
My balls is a little bit quicker. I'm not as careful.
Wait, hang on. You shave your balls?
You don't shave your balls?
No.
Oh, that makes sense.
No, I don't. No, I'm not putting a blade that close to my boys.
I use an electric razor for both.
You're out of your mind.
just because he likes the feeling.
Yeah.
He likes the the vibrations.
You actually need to go in there and you grab the chode part. And
I have
We're having a class on how to
hold
shave
my sack.
Sack now. That's,
and then,
I just no. I don't put a blade near my boys. I don't do that. Yeah.
Well, maybe this is why you two are married and I'm not.
Why? Because you have a nice Sean scrotum.
Did you just call it Sean?
Yeah, like whatever the fuck that word is. Whatever the fuck that word is.
I love how we're up here on stage talking about balls and chode, and no one around us has an idea what's going on.
Yeah, they're really good at ignoring us. It's fantastic. It's a really unique.
Do you feel invisible right now?
I do feel a little invisible.
Do you feel invisible?
They're not paying attention to it.
I think if you had turned the music off, then we would have brought in a lot more attention to us.
We would have.
I think if you had a backpack on and started a timer on your phone again, like in the UK game, then maybe they'd be paying attention to us, possibly kicking us out, or at least
I could just start making weird noises.
Yeah.
Like, and start screaming.
I don't know what's going on right now. They're making weird noises. You didn't get anybody's attention. You got to do something to get somebody's attention.
Well, earlier, Madison No, that didn't work.
No.
Yeah, I did. I got a couple people look at me.
All right, and then you hid behind your microphone like you didn't do anything.
Well, earlier Madison was demonstrating how to fuck a chicken. You could do that again.
Oh, that's not what I was doing. I was demonstrating how to fight through a charge to get to the chicken.
Fight through a charge?
Yeah, he was getting tasered.
Fight through the
Stories
taser.
talking about being tasered.
Because he got tasered 7 times to get to the chicken.
Right.
I mean, this does make sense. I mean, he is Amish, so fucking chickens was probably...
What talking about me?
I like that.
Quit turning it on him, man.
Of course, we're talking about a man from Florida.
A Florida man.
Florida man.
Who's the Florida man?
That was the guy I told you. The story.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. This Florida man apparently had to be tased like 6 or 7 times to make him stop fucking a chicken.
You sure it wasn't like someone related to Madison?
I don't have any relatives in Florida, thank you.
Oh, okay.
Unlike you, who probably have 1,500.
I will tell you
I
this.
have family everywhere. I don't even know.
I've got a buddy who lives in West Palm Beach, and I went to go visit him a few years ago. And he had like this big lake behind his house or apartment complex.
Yeah.
And they had to have a sign. It was gated off, and they had to have a sign on it. And the sign said, "Do not molest the alligators."
What the hell?
Now, the fact that they needed to warn people means that somebody went into that lake and molested an alligator. So, yeah, that's a problem in Florida. Those are some tough people.
There was all right, you know, I was in law enforcement down in Florida.
Yeah.
There was a guy that was he kept going to his girlfriend's house, and he kept like doing things that made that like he had a restraining order. So the girl would call the police, and then he would leave. Police would get there. Well, he's not here. Call us if he comes back. He'd watch the police leave, and then he'd go back. All right. Well, my buddy catches the call. He goes out to this house, all right, and she says he was just here. He walked through the apartments that way. So the guy's like, okay. He goes, listen, call him if anything happens. And he's thinking to himself, all right, I see what this guy's doing. So he's driving around the apartment complexes when he spots the guy crossing back over from another apartment complex. So he drives in there. The guy sees him, gets out of his car, and he's like, hey, I want to talk to you. The guy takes off running across his car. And in between the complexes were this, like, retaining pond, all right? So, and it's short enough where the guy was going to run through it.
Right.
Okay? So the guy jumps, like, as he's going to try and leap across it. At that point, my buddy had pulled his taser, and the guy had looked back, and he's in midair, and the guy goes, no!
Oh,
and my
shit.
buddy pops him with the taser, and he drops like a sack of shit in the water with the taser going off, okay? So my buddy walks up to him. He goes, are you done? He goes, mister, I don't care what you do. Just don't squeeze that trigger again. He goes,
Was he still in the water at that
oh,
point?
yeah. He's like, I'll come out. I'll behave.
Jeez.
wow.
Can you just picture that, though, in midair going,
I know.
no.
That's crazy.
Nothing, huh?
No, nothing.
No. I think he's upset because we've been teasing him.
Yeah, I'm pouting.
He's pouting. Is that what it is?
Yeah, I'm going to go home and cry in the shower.
Again?
Actually, I'm going to go home and plot both of yours' death.
Again?
Yeah, again.
See, we got to bring it back to terrorism to make this fucker laugh.
Yeah.
Jesus.
I do have a list. I go home and I just add you all to a list. If I'm going to be on a list, you guys are going to be on a list.
This guy's like that character from Billy Madison.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Calls him up.
Without the
Putting
lipstick.
lipstick on.
That was the specific part I was talking about. Nothing else. Just the whole lipstick.
Okay,
thing.
yeah, there you go. Alienate the Arab. Piss off the brown guy.
Alienate the Arab. Who's the one that told me that I had a pussy because I didn't want to like mash up with him?
Yeah, you still do.
I'm sitting there mashing up with you, and you're over there looking at your phone, going,
Actually, I'm just looking around and wondering whose food I can steal. This all shit smells so good right
"The
now.
food is amazing. It really is." All right.
We've got
Eyeball
like
and
a-
a
we've got
steak
like a-
over here.
So, what kind of things are we going to do, Ish?
On the show?
Just to make the show something people want to listen to.
I think definitely keeping it interactive is a good idea.
Agreed.
I think that's something we're going to incorporate solely. That's very important. I think that's where you're going to get the most entertainment value
Absolutely.
there. Having a third guest always is a good idea.
Yep.
Still talk a little bit about the local shows. You know, I really do want to keep people informed.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, our fans are in Lexington. You know, there's people who, you know, have been starting to watch Facebook Live feeds. They've been, I know a lot of people have told me they're listening to the podcast on iTunes. I think that's important to keep it that way.
Agreed.
We can do a little current events. You know, I would like to keep up with most controversial. I know earlier we were talking about Weinstein. That was
Yeah.
pretty messed up.
on 6.1.
We're not going to get into politics.
No.
Not in this show.
Politics
There's
are
no
not
reason to get into politics
on here.
Not unless it's funny.
Yeah, not unless it's funny, right?
Yeah, but at the end of the day, I think that's where our core show is. I think keeping it interactive is where it's going to be fun. You know, getting in touch with the people of Lexington. Maybe we start changing venues. You know, I know I told you I'm going to talk to a few places.
Yeah.
And mixing it up.
I think that's a great
There's
idea.
nothing wrong with that, you know?
Instead of just doing it always at Comedy off Broadway, we'd go to other places.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's where we're going to head with this.
Yeah. No, I agree.
You know, and this is only like our 6th show, so
I think one of the
What are we doing?
we already have a fan.
We're talking on a podcast that we have. You're more than welcome to ask questions or interact. We don't care. We don't. She said she'll just drink. God bless you, ma'am. God bless you. We like to do that too. We are live.
Yes, we're live.
It's on iTunes and Podbean. He asked if we were live.
Oh, iTunes and Podbean.
And Ish is redirecting. Yeah, he's old.
Are you doing commentary?
I am.
It's not a football match.
No, it's almost like golf, though, watching you work. It's like,
Really?
And Ish is moving towards the...
I think one thing that's also important that a lot of comedic podcasts that star comedians do is they end up talking shop too much.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like when you listen to a podcast that's hosted by comedians, and they end up, and I'm not talking about you all, I'm talking about like even like big ones.
Right.
You get two comedians talking, and all of a sudden they start talking shop.
Right.
About, you've ever been to this club, you've been to this club. And then you've got, and like, is that interesting to the listener to hear you talk about some owner from at the Helium or in Philly? Like, I think the important thing as a comedy podcast is that you're talking about other stuff but making it funny because you're a comedian. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
'Cause I've seen so many comedy podcasts with some of my favorite comedians that you would think that they would get on a podcast and just be hilarious.
Yeah.
And they end up talking shops the whole time. And it's like that. I mean, it's interesting to me because I'm a comedian.
Sure.
But if someone's not a comedian, all you're talking about like the business of stand-up comedy.
Yeah.
Then you're just totally missing the mark instead
Right.
of being funny about the dude from Florida trying to rape a chicken.
Right.
Like that's what a comedy.
Well, I don't think we're ever
going
going to sit and talk about the business side of comedy because,
No.
frankly, nobody here makes money anyway. But
No. But I'm just talking any side of it.
right,
I mean, yeah.
I think we keep it simple. You
Yeah.
know, we kind of know where we're going with this.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be a lot of trial and error. I mean, look at our setup now. Before we were all 3 in a row. Now we're all. This is so much better.
Yeah,
It is.
This is a lot better.
My neck doesn't hurt. No, I'm not
Before
leaning
we,
over.
for those of you that watched our other podcast, we would sit like 3 in a row right beside each other. Now we're actually at a square table. Ish and Madison are facing each other, and I'm in the center.
Yeah, and I mean, this is way better.
Yeah.
This is almost like a round table talk.
Yeah, you can actually have a conversation doing it like this.
We have an easier if we want a fourth person on the
Yep.
end. I mean, this kind of works better.
I agree.
Put somebody right here, and if they piss us off, we just
Right
a
off the
little
stage.
shove and they're done.
Right off the
They're
stage.
Gone.
Just we don't like you anymore. Get
Yeah.
off the damn stage.
Just kick them in the chest.
Do you know what I really want to bring back? I want to bring back that. Remember the big hook? Like if your axe sucked, they put the hook, give you the
Oh,
hook.
yeah.
Oh,
They hook
yeah.
you off the stage. I want to bring that back so bad.
We could do that.
Wouldn't that be awesome? Like some comics just bombing, we just walk up and.
All right.
No, I'm sorry, the crowd is
Sometimes
voted.
that's the funnest thing to watch, though.
Them bomb.
The bombing.
We had a guy last night bomb
Can
horribly.
we get a buzzer when we're here on Willie's and just buzz them off the stage?
It would be awesome.
Or a whistle or something?
Just kill their mic. You're done.
Kill their mic.
Yeah, you're done.
Did he really bomb yesterday?
Oh, there was a guy that bombed.
Did you all know who it was?
He bombed.
Well, you don't have to
really
say his
bad.
name, but
He did. That's why I put him in between you and, yeah. Because he bombed real bad.
has he performed before?
Yeah.
Well,
Apparently-
I mean, it happens.
Yeah.
It was just not his crowd, I don't think.
Not his crowd.
But yeah, I don't know. The only reason why it's because I've bombed so many times that it's like you've been through it, so you know what that. Like I live in the cringe. Like I love cringe TV. I love the most awkward stuff. So when I see someone bombing, obviously you feel sorry for them.
Right.
Like, it's just that it's happened to me so many times. I know exactly what they're thinking.
Yeah.
It's just like, oh, it's the cringe.
Well, I mean, everyone's going to bomb. I mean, we talked about this in our
Oh,
previous episodes.
Yeah.
It's going to happen. It's, the 1,000 deaths. It's part of comedy. It's part of being stand-up comedian. No one goes up there and never bombs.
No,
Come
that's
on.
true.
I mean, it's absolutely ridiculous to think no one bombs. But like you said, the crowds are different. The crowds here at Willie is real different than
they are.
you go to.
What was weird last night is like the crowd was more wanting to laugh with us and not at us, which is very awkward for a comedian because a lot of times we're telling jokes for you to laugh at us. And I mean, literally, we were getting "aww." I mean, it was weird. It was like, don't you guys understand the whole shtick about comedy? I mean, we're supposed to make fun of ourselves. It's okay. They weren't laughing at
I mean,
it.
I make fun of myself all the time.
No, you don't.
Yeah, I do.
No, you don't.
I do.
When do you make fun of yourself?
I make fun of myself all the time. Have you not heard my comedy before?
Yeah, you don't make fun of yourself.
Yeah, I do.
How?
I make fun of my hairiness.
You're an Arab.
Okay.
That'd be
It's
like
called a
saying,
humble brag. He's making fun of himself for having hair.
Oh.
Good for you, Ish. You have hair.
Yeah,
That's
I know.
so-
It's such a burden.
I'm so sorry.
Gotta get my hair cut every 2 weeks. How much that cost? Not everyone has 9.5 minutes to take care of your hair, Matt.
How
I
old
have
are you,
to
Ish?
I'm 35.
35. You're not even really thinning that much. Is the thing. He's going to have that for at least 5 more years.
He is thinning.
Is he?
He is. He's his
I'm
little
thin?
curly thing up here, his little Jew curls that he has. They are thinning.
It's like the biggest insult you could give him.
my
Jew
favorite,
curls.
My favorite thing though is when last week
Okay, so I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. So I might
I
as well.
finally poked
Since
him
my whole
enough.
life now is
I
gonna be a
finally
public.
poked him
You
enough.
got me. So I was actually balding. I got a transplant done.
Ah, the truth comes out.
So
That's why
I don't know
he's
if
so
you ever
proud of it.
noticed that. You noticed when you made the logo how thinning I am
Yes,
because that's what I used to look like.
but I fixed it.
No, you didn't. I still look like
I fixed it.
Oh, that still look like I got
No,
hair.
When did you get a hair
fixed it.
transplant?
I had it done in April.
Really?
This wow.
So when you say I'm still thinning, it's because it still hasn't fully grown. It takes 9 months to
wow.
fully grow. So it takes a long time.
So that stuff actually works.
Oh yeah.
So were you like thinning like?
I was thinning
badly?
pretty bad. I had pretty bad. Yeah, it still
fixed it.
Still got like a ginormous forehead.
Let me see.
Well, you do have a ginormous forehead.
Really?
Actually, you got a small forehead compared to my forehead. You've got a little forehead.
That is a lot big.
But I had it done. I actually had. I went to Turkey and had it done.
You went to Turkey?
Yeah,
Gosh, you
it's
were
a whole lot cheaper.
That is shame.
Holy shit! It was like a fourth of the price.
Was it worth
I didn't have a bad problem, but I went ahead and just took care of it when I was younger.
So that when it happens-
sticks better. It actually takes better when you're younger. So I just
Oh,
kind
so
of.
did you get it removed from your ass and put in your head, or
Is that
God,
ass there?
that'd be a smelly head. No, they actually take it from the sides all the way around here. They take little bitty hairs and they plant them.
Huh.
Yeah. That's what I had done.
all
I'll have
right?
to show you all pictures.
Now,
I want to see what your hair looked like before you
now,
got there.
now we're gonna stare.
I'll find
at your,
pictures.
Stare at your head now. No, I'm not looking at you in the eyes anymore. Now
I mean, if I'm going to pay for it, I'm going to brag about it. That's why I can just easily make fun of you guys.
hey, I wore
Hey.
glasses up until 2010.
Really?
Yeah.
See, I can't imagine
I
doing
had
glasses.
LASIK surgery done. I had to. I got tired of having my glasses broken on my face when I got punched.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Oh,
I'm shocked
You got
somebody would
punched a
actually
lot?
punch you.
Yeah.
huh? Jail.
I'm surprised somebody would actually punch you.
I was a correction officer.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Probably
I
not.
fought for a living. Yeah, and I was also a teacher. I was an instructor at the police academy, so I'd always do defensive tactics.
Oh, okay.
And
So
I got,
just decided not to do contacts, or
no, I couldn't do contacts. Every time I put them in, like as soon as I blinked, they'd fly across the room. My doctor said I had tight eyelids. I was like, you just want to take me to dinner. I don't know what this whole tight eyelids thing is.
What the fuck is that?
I don't know. It's some crazy shit.
Tight eyelids?
Yeah, so I mean, I had LASIK, so I understand. I would never go back either. I mean,
my eyesight's deteriorating terribly.
has it?
I need to get glasses. I don't know about. I don't think I could do LASIK. I think it's just
Scariest
It's
5
daunting.
minutes of my life.
It's daunting for me.
Scariest
Yeah.
5 minutes of my life. Honestly, like 2.5 minutes per eye, and you go blind for like 10 seconds. Like your eye like completely loses, and it's like right on your eyeball, and everything is right there.
Yeah, I
and
couldn't
you
do it.
like, you can't blink because I've got your eyes
Yeah.
stretched, but you just got to stare at this fucking light. And like all I remember is the guy saying, "Look at the light, look at the light, look at the light, Josh." I'm like,
I couldn't do it. I think I'm gonna get glasses soon, but
It was scary, but I tell you what, I would do it again in a heartbeat if they said I had to go do it again. Because I just
is that a thing, like where your eyes could get worse than you?
no,
than
they
you do it or something?
within the first year it could happen, but my eyesight's still 20/20. It never deteriorated. The only thing that I might end up needing is reading glasses, and there's nothing they could do to fix that.
And you're not fighting for a living anymore.
No, I'm not fighting for a living
You're
anymore.
fighting for laughs for a living, but
which is harder. Before I could just
Yeah.
smash somebody in the nose and it would be all over. Now it's
yeah.
laugh, damn you, laugh. You know, it's hard. What's the hardest thing about being a comedian, Ish?
Hardest thing? By far, writing material.
Writing
Yeah,
material?
absolutely.
You? Madison,
By far.
same question.
Same answer.
That is not easy because were you the one that was saying that there's only like 7 things you can
Yeah, there's
really
only like 7 premises.
there's only like 7 premises you could really talk about as a
Right.
comedian. Writing material is tough.
It is.
You know, setting up a story, setting up a premise, nailing that punchline.
But I'm going to make it easy for you right now.
Okay.
Everything that you have to write about, you just have to write about you. Your take on it. Your take makes it original. Your take, whether it's the funniest thing anybody's heard or not heard, it's your take on it. You make it personal to you. So if
Right.
you're going to do a dick joke, make a dick joke that has to do with you. I mean, personally, if I had a dick shaped like a question mark, like most Arabs, I would talk about that. But
How do you know that?
Yeah, how do you know that?
Arab porn.
Is there such thing?
I don't know. Probably.
I'm
Is there-
revoking.
I'm going to say yes.
I think I'm going to have to revoke Josh's internet privileges.
He tells
That
me to
is
go after
that
him.
is
and he's not
disturbing.
coming back at me. He's not coming back. He's like, you got to come back at me, damn it.
Come back at you.
Yeah, come back at
Does
me.
Christina know that you're into Arab porn?
Christina is an Arab. She's
Oh, really?
she's an albino Arab.
Oh, okay. It's that's where your fetish started.
I guess. As far as this show is concerned, yeah.
So how much porn do you watch on a daily basis, Josh?
I don't. Not on a daily basis. No.
Not on a daily basis.
No.
Have you ever been caught watching porn by your wife?
Yes.
How did that go?
Badly. What are you watching?
So let me ask you this question. So if you're watching porn, and I'm assuming you're beating off or whatnot, and she walks in while you're about to go, do you stop out of courtesy, or do you just keep going?
Well, that's never that particular scenario has never happened, but it's embarrassing
because if you've invested that much time to get to where you have gotten, do you really want to stop at that moment?
It doesn't take long for someone my age. So you're acting like it takes hours. No. I'm a middle-aged white guy. Believe me, it doesn't take that long.
Really? I think Madison's uncomfortable at this moment.
Are you uncomfortable, Madison?
No, I'm not uncomfortable.
So same question to you, Madison. How much porn do you watch on a daily basis?
Don't.
You don't?
I'm married.
Okay.
And that's the story we're sticking to, damn it.
I want all our listeners to know that Madison is also a compulsive liar, so, take that with a grain of salt.
No, I mean, I know guys that, like, watching porn is, like, something they have to do every single day.
Every day?
Yeah, I don't have the energy for that. I really don't. My interests are what we're doing right now, I have interest in comedy, and I'm busy all the time, so it's not a lot of space for it in my life. But I know guys that have to.
I've noticed that, and I say this, kindly, that there's a lot of the comedians out there that are really odd, socially awkward,
right?
And so really, porn might be their only venue.
It is. I can imagine
because actually, women talking to them probably never happens.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Which kind of blows my mind because being on stage is like.
There's some that, I mean,
Ralphie May, God rest his soul. Yeah. Ralphie May, his last show at Comedy Off Broadway, if you've ever seen Ralphie May, he was a big dude, all right?
Yeah.
Like, a big dude. Like, he was so engorged, he was going sideways with it. Aside from just going, out, he was,
right.
It was coming out every angle. He couldn't walk up the stairs. He was grotesquely overweight. And there was a woman in one of the shows that asked him if he wanted to see her tits, walked right up the stage and flashed him. Live show.
Wow.
And Ralphie said it happened all the time.
Yeah, he's a world-famous comedian.
So, if you're a world-famous comedian, regardless of your looks...
True, but...
Nobody around here
is
a world-famous comedian.
He's looking at a pair of tits. It's not like he's actually getting laid.
I don't know.
I'm sure he did just fine.
I'm sure he did just fine.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm sure he did just fine.
There's something about it that just attracts women.
There was this saying, I don't know who said it, but they said something about if you want to get laid, write a book. You can still, even if you write a bad book, you'll still get laid.
That's probably
really
true.
It's basically meaning it doesn't matter how famous you are. Or, there's something about being in that spotlight on stage that I guess women or men are attracted to.
I can tell you this from my personal, this is me personally. I'm glad I'm married because there are some crazy, crazy women out there, and I know what I have at home, and I don't need anything else. I know Madison feels the same way. Now, you as a single guy, how many women have you met by being in comedy?
I've met a few.
Oh, yeah, see? And you're not world famous.
I've met a few.
And you're also not awkward or inability to talk to women. You could talk to women, no problem.
I don't really come at women, I guess, with, I'm a comedian, because...
Well, they'll laugh at you.
That's true.
They will. I almost feel like when people ask you, what do you do? Like, for me, this is what I do. I'm a stand-up comic. Yeah. So when people ask me, I'm almost afraid to say what I do because you just get the look like, yeah, okay. It's like saying that you're a model or an actor or a dancer. Or any performance art, usually people are like, until you're actually making money at it, people just kind of look at you like, yeah, okay, you're a comedian or you're an actor or whatever. Right. Do you feel the same way? Do you see what I'm saying with that? Or you own a business. Right. So, you could just say, I'm a business owner. You don't even have to go there.
Right.
And you work full-time as well, so you don't even have to go there.
Yeah.
So me...
right. Well, that just is your job now. You work at a comedy club, and then when you're not working at the comedy club, you're out doing shows, promoting shows, hosting shows, or just doing stand-up.
Right.
So that is your job.
Yeah.
That is just the most honest answer you can possibly give.
Exactly.
For me, if I was they're like, hey, what do you do? And I'm like, I'm a comedian, that's just a complete...
We should take a picture of us.
That was a horrible picture.
It was a horrible picture.
Horrible picture.
It was good though.
Let's get one after we're done.
Huh?
Let's get one when we're done.
You want to do that again?
Yeah,
Whenever we're done.
I don't know what Josh is doing.
Or we can wait till the podcast is over. No, we got to take it right now.
That made for some compelling podcasting.
That is definitely compelling.
I'm making this very compelling.
Well, we're doing our best. Which Ish, I think I think one reason why we will be a podcast that people watch. It's very interesting to hear from regular comics. I'm not talking about the guys that are making big bucks.
Right.
I'm talking about the guys that are at the front lines doing shows every night, working their asses off. I think that's compelling. I think it's fun to listen to what they're going through, especially if you're like like someone who wants to start comedy. I mean, we talk about ways you can do it. Somebody who's having problems with something. I mean, I want people to call in or write into us or something, interact with us and ask, hey, this is what I'm doing. What do you guys think? Do you have a spot for me?
Right.
That kind of thing. I mean, that's just what I think.
No. Have you ever listened to Kyle Fields and Jeremy Sutherland's podcast?
Yes.
Two Sangles?
Yes.
They have a funny podcast, but theirs is like themed.
Right.
So they have like a specific theme every show that they have, where it's like talk about your favorite '90s shows or movies or something like that.
That's something that I thought about putting a theme on our podcast, but I mean, I don't know. I think the interactions we have with comics,
right now you all should just let yourselves do this, and you'll figure it out.
Yeah, I think
your identity for the same way a comedian finds their voice from doing it.
Yeah.
X amount of years or whatever.
I mean, we might do 20 shitty episodes before we actually hit our stride.
We may do 150 episodes.
Well, don't tell me that. I'm going to be depressed. Fuck. That's the case. Don't tell me that.
That's 3 years of doing it once a week. I don't know.
I think...
Thank you, Madison, for that. I'm going to text my therapist now. Go ahead and get an appointment.
I think we'll find our stride before then. What shows you got coming up here, Ish?
I don't think anything in the pipeline right now.
Really?
I know we have the...
You're back here on Monday. You're doing a
Monday, yeah.
You're
here Monday at Willie's. I'm performing. I think that's the only one. And then the 29th, obviously, is a big show at Comedy Broadway.
Right. And why don't you throw a pitch in on that show?
So basically, what had happened is I pitched an idea to the owner of Comedy Up Broadway, Jordan, and I basically themed it Lexington's Got Talent. Told him that it was something I wanted to do twice a year there, basically after each contest, where we could represent a lot of the local comedians, the ones that are up and coming, the ones that have won contests, made the finals, and just kind of support local comedy here. I felt that Comedy Up Broadway... as they do their best, they really do their best. A lot of local comedians just don't have that chance to go up there performing besides the open mic once a month.
Right.
I pitched this idea to him. I told him I was going to advertise, and he loved it. And he gave me the okay, and so I kind of put a show together. And we, very lucky we got the amazingly funny Larry Starks, who's going to headline October 29th. This will be his first time ever headlining there. As I find out, it was one of his dreams. So I'm very honored to have him. And we got past winners. Teron Young, as I would say it right this
Overtime.
time. Or Overtime, that's right, who won this contest several years ago. Sean Reynolds, I believe he came in.
He won one year.
He won his run? Yeah, so Sean, 2011, he won. And then you have myself and Josh as well on the show. Then in the spring, if it goes really well, we'll do another show. And... we'll get some other headliners. I know Lee Cruz says he would like to do it.
Yeah.
Joe Deuce, Jeff Caldwell, maybe.
You can fit him in.
Yeah, we'll get all these big names, and I think it's going to be a great show. So Sunday, October 29th, Comedy Up Broadway. Get tickets, $10.
Cool.
There you go.
What do you got going on?
Got Twisted Cork Thursday.
Yep.
Then Willie's Monday.
Yep.
That's the open mic.
Yep.
So I'll be there on that. Then the following Monday, I've been on all the Willie stuff.
Yeah.
I'm just going to keep coming back until you tell me, that's enough. They've had enough of you.
No, hell no. Keep coming.
But the thing about Willie's is I've noticed that I've come just about every Monday. It's like different crowds.
It's different crowds.
Yeah, that's why every time I come here and I feel like I'm going to do something new, it's like, well, these are
New people.
These are new people,
Yeah,
so
it's
I might as well just
fantastic.
do the stuff that I've been doing.
Yeah.
I'm sure the wait staff's getting tired.
Well, they'll get over it. Yeah. So Thursday, we're both at Twisted Cork, and Larry Starks is headlining that one. Thursday, coming off Broadway, Ryan Davis is there. So if you want to see him, get tickets for that guy. And
I'm
then
working Thursday, so
am I. Yeah, so am I.
So I'll be getting.
You'll be fine.
Yeah, okay.
You'll be fine.
Is it only one day?
Yeah, Ryan Davis doing a one shot, and then we've got Pauly Shore the whole weekend.
Yay!
I try not to hurt my eyes as I rolled them. Listen, the guy made a killing in the '90s. I mean, he branded himself as the Weasel. He treats people like shit. He will sell out. He will sell out. He's probably pretty funny in concert. I hope he is. I hope for Comedy Off Broadway's sake he is.
I hope for Jordan. Yeah, I want him to, I need him, keep getting these big names in there.
Name.
Yeah,
Kids,
everybody knows
people growing
Pauly
up in the 90s,
Shore.
Everybody knows who he is.
Everybody knows who he is. But so that'll happen this weekend. Then we're back here for the qualifying round for the open mic at Willie's for the funniest comic this side of the Mississippi contest. And Madison's going for a shot. Ish already got a shot. Ish is in the finals on March 26, 2018. So he's in line for those
so it's already
big
set
prizes.
that day?
Oh, yeah. Big prizes.
5 days before my birthday.
First prize, first place is $500, a master recording of your set, and an all-expenses-paid trip to an open audition at America's Got Talent plus per diem.
And how many people are going to be in the finals?
12.
12.
Yep. 5-minute sets.
That'll be a fun show.
How do you plan on doing the master recording? I'm curious.
He'll do it here because he's got the equipment to do it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. He'll add in laugh tracks and everything. He'll do it all.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
cool.
it'll sound really good.
Oh, nice.
So it'll be something you can send to places.
Absolutely. It'll be submission worthy.
Oh,
so
cool.
that's what we got going on here. Guys, if you're a local comedian, you're a comedian somewhere else listening to this, or if you want to know more about the show, please write into us. All three of us can be reached on Facebook. Josh Sardam, Ish Shalash, and Madison Pohl. All relatively easy to spell. I do have a fan page, Josh Sardam Comedian, on there. All our events are posted on there. But we'd love to hear from you guys. If you got a suggestion on what you'd like to hear us talk about, rag on, or make fun of, by all means, let us know. We don't mind. We certainly don't mind making fun of each other, so everything is game.
And I think that's another segment I was thinking about is we can have some of our viewers or listeners kind of give us suggestions of course of the week. What do you want to hear about? What do you want our opinion about?
Yeah.
We can talk about anything.
And as you get into more, then you can just
Nothing's
have
off
segments.
Yeah.
Like have weekly segments or something you can get into. Or
Absolutely. I'd love to have a letter bag that we open up and said, so-and-so from wherever.
Hey, if you guys want to write us, you can write us as well. You can message me. You can message Josh. Like I said, currently our viewership's at about 4, so if one person writes in, that's 25%. That'd be nice.
Yeah, that would be nice. Those are good. I like how you work numbers, man. I respect that.
Man.
I respect
I learn
that.
from the best. I may not be an accountant with a big nose, but it works.
An accountant with a big nose. Yeah. Frankly, I'm too boring to talk about. No.
Yeah, right?
All right, so I think that about wraps it up for this week, guys. We're going to go to other venues, so you never know when another episode is going to pop up. Please check us out on iTunes and Podbean, and we look forward to chatting at you guys later.
Later.
See you guys.